Hello, Pisces. Welcome back to Holistic Health and Healing with Natalie. I'm here today with a quick message for you. I was, um, I was journaling this morning, and I had a download that I needed to share with you because we're around the holidays, and many of us are doing different things. We're cleaning out our lives, and we are. Doing different things to detox our lives right now, right? Because we're manifesting. Many of us are manifesting the things into our lives that we want. And many of us have realized that we need to detox our lives, whether it's for our health, our bodies, our minds, our space, the people, whatever. So, whatever it is that you're detoxing, Pisces. So I wrote down some notes, and I have two messages for you this morning. And the first message is that your blessings are to get to your blessings, you got to go through the lessons, right? And then the next message is that people around you people around you that are uncomfortable are not your problem. So what do I mean by that? Um it's not up to you to make people feel comfortable. And so I think we're going to talk about that first, and then we'll get back to how your blessings how you get to your blessings through your lessons, because it's all tied together. It's all tied together, Pisces. So the first thing is that, have you ever noticed, because you're an empath, most Pisces are very empathic, right? So you pick up, you're able, if you're clairsentient, if you're if you have clairsentience, you can pick up on other people's emotions in the room, right? And because we are so empathic, we want to make people feel better. Is that you? That's me. So when you want to make people feel better, sometimes when they are uncomfortable, you try to figure out what it is that you need to do to make them feel uncomfortable. And um many of us, before we realize what's happening, when you don't realize that that's what's happening, that you're picking up on their feelings, that the discomfort, because when they're feeling uncomfortable, or they are feeling discomfort or uncomfortable, or um kind of awkward, you feel that, right? You feel that in your body, and or you can feel that in your body. And when you feel that in your body, sometimes you think it's you that's awkward, right? Before you're aware. And once you become aware, you realize it's them. But then it's like, okay, so what do you do with that? What do you do with that? Well, I'm here to tell you that that once you realize that, and you can separate the two, it's like you start to realize it's not your problem. And the issue is really that we say their discomfort is about them, but what is it that's uncomfortable for them, right? Because that's what we do, Pisces. We try to decipher why people around us, we want to know why are they so uncomfortable? What is it about us that's making them so uncomfortable? And sometimes it's just that you're a mutable sign. And so you are constantly changing. That is your gift. That is a gift that you have. And when people look at you, they can see that you're constantly doing something to change. You're constantly doing, and hopefully the change that you're doing is an improvement, right? Like, so because we want to be improving. And, this all depends where you are in your journey. But regardless, that what they're seeing is that you're never doing the same thing. Pisces is always changing, finding something new, learning something new. So if they came last week and you were learning how to make essential oils, right? And they thought, well, I can do that too. And that's weird. Well, how do you do that? Maybe you shouldn't do that. Like, oh, making essential oils is dangerous, right? And then they come next week and you are making, you're a tarot reader next week, right? So next week they come and you're just like, yeah, that thing, I figured that out already. Now I moved on. And they can't keep up with you. And so being that they are unable to keep up with you, it's easier for them to express discomfort about what you're doing. And this is going to be, for me, right? I'm going to give you an example for me, because this, for me, this is going to be very important throughout the holiday, because I'm finally, you know, it's just like for you. For me, when I got this download, I was like, oh, this makes sense. And I need to share this with my Pisces, because when right now I am also detoxing. I'm a Pisces. I'm also detoxing. I'm detoxing my body. I made a choice. That's what I'm doing, right? But I know that we have Christmas Eve dinner to go to. And I know that if I tell everyone that I am detoxing and I'm not going to be eating the food that they're serving, that this is going to make everyone feel uncomfortable. They're not gonna tell you they're uncomfortable. What they're gonna do is they're gonna sabotage you when they're uncomfortable. So they're gonna offer me food and they're gonna say, "Oh, it's just like a little bit. Like you can have that," because they're uncomfortable that they're eating and I'm detoxing, and they maybe, and it's not anything bad. They just don't have. They wouldn't have the willpower to do this over the holidays, right? But this is a choice. I've made a choice to do this over the holidays. And so, because that's what's good for me today and right now. And so they're going to offer me all this stuff. And normally I would get there and I would say, oh, like I would feel uncomfortable, because now their discomfort has made me, instead of, they projected their discomfort onto me by calling it out right in front of everyone and saying, well, it's not too bad. You could have a little bit. Why don't you taste something? Why don't you have this? Why don't you have that? Right? So now they've taken the discomfort from themselves, that they wouldn't have the ability to make the change that you're doing right now, or to do this thing that you're doing right now. And they put it onto you. And now you're left sitting there going, well, why are you calling me out in front of everyone? Why? Like, I already told you no, right? Like I said no already. And if you are not very spiritually aligned with yourself, if you're not prepared, you're going to think, wow, I feel uncomfortable. But when you can look at that discomfort, like where they're calling you out in front of everybody, and go, oh, like that's them, and just say no and pass it on, and realize that their discomfort is not your problem. Like, it's not your problem that what you're doing, they don't want to do. And there's nothing wrong that they don't want to do it. Nothing's wrong with that. Like, you do you and I do me, right? You don't have to do me. I'll do me. You do you. But realizing that discomfort, when you're able to pick up on that and just say no and put an end to it, right? It's a game changer. When you realize that that's how you're naturally made, and it won't even be for that. That's just my example. But for you, it might be different things, right? You might be, let's say, you might be trying to refinance your house, right? And everyone's telling you, hey, the interest rates are too high. What are you doing that for? Because they're not willing to do it right now. But you have a goal, because if I know my Pisces, yes, we change a lot, but that change has been well thought through in our own minds. We've done our research, and now we're implementing the change. But people will come and they will say, well, the interest rate is too high. You shouldn't do that right now. You should wait, because they're waiting, right? So they want you to wait with them, right? But you have a plan. Maybe your plan is not just refinancing the house. Maybe refinancing the house is going to replace your roof, which is going to decrease the amount of insurance that you're paying, whatever. whatever that is for you. But it's not just about the refinance for you, right? But for them, they want to come and tell you, well, it's not a good time. But it's not a good time for who? It's not a good time for them. And now they want to put doubt, they want to put confusion in and make you double think your plan. And so when you realize that their discomfort is their own and it's not yours, then you can amicably and peacefully, without even being upset, just move on and keep doing you, keep doing what you're doing. So, yeah, I'm just looking at here because I wrote down some notes because I did not want to forget to tell you this. Sometimes it's that they're jealous that you're taking these leaps, right? Some of that's what leads to the jealousy of Pisces, because you're constantly taking new leaps. You're constantly reinventing yourself, doing something different, doing something that someone wouldn't do. And especially right now, many of you are not even sharing with people what you're doing. So they just come in and they see like, well, there's something different again. And by the time they realize that there's something different, they're like, wait a minute, I want to do that too. I want to do that thing too. Well, how are you doing that thing? Oh, I had that idea, but I didn't implement it, right? Well, okay. And here's the thing about Pisces. Here's the thing about you, Pisces. If they came to you and they said to you, hey, Pisces, you're doing that thing. I would really like to know how you're doing it. I really want to do that too. And they were sincere about that. You would help them. You would, I mean, you can't do it for them, but you would tell them exactly what you're doing, right? But the problem becomes once they come to you with their fears and their discomfort and they're putting doubt into you, they are just trying to get you not to keep doing what you're doing. And not that they want to, not they want, and sometimes you have to discern because sometimes they want to, they people may pretend like they want to do what you're doing. So they may ask you, well, hey, how are you doing that? But sometimes they would ask you that just to pick apart what it is that you're doing so they can challenge you. And that's when you walk away. That's when you walk away because it's your plan. You know what your plan is. So they just see that one part of your plan and they want to try to dismantle it, but they don't know where you're going because you're not telling them. Right? Because if you told them everything that you were doing, every step, that this is just step one, or, in your plan, that you got 10 steps to go still, they would try to they would be dismantling every part of your plan because they're not even to your step one yet. And you already have step 10 planned out. Like once you implement this, that's why you're always moving to the next step, because you don't just plan out step one, you plan out step 1 through 10 and you implement. And by the time you get to step 10, you have step 20 planned out. They can't keep up with you. They can't keep up with you. You're a mutable sign, Pisces. This is your gift that that you can do this, and the gift that you have, you can, for the people who want, and they have to want it. You can share that gift with them. But the people who want to just come and dismantle your gift, it's time to just realize that that's their discomfort. And you leave them sitting in that discomfort. And that's the mindset, because for us, for Pisces, it's about changing the mindset and realizing that you're not the one who's uncomfortable. Because when you feel like you're uncomfortable, you're going to want to change something that you're doing to make someone else feel comfortable. But when you realize that they're the ones that are uncomfortable and they're the ones that have to change what they're doing to make themselves not feel uncomfortable, then that's a game changer for you, Pisces. That is a game changer for you. Okay, 15 minutes in. I don't want to go over 30 minutes today because I like to talk a lot. And so the next topic is that the way to your blessings is your lessons. So let's say that these people come to you and they say, hey, yeah, that interest rate that that you're going to get is too high. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't right? We were talking about refinancing mortgages. You shouldn't do that refinance because interest rate is too high right now, right? You should wait because, interest rate will come down next year, right? And let's say that's true, right? Interest rates are high, obviously. But you have things to do, right? You want to fix your roof. Now, you wait and you go, oh, okay, yeah, maybe you're right. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll wait till next year. So you wait and you're waiting for the interest rate to come down. And now you're in hurricane season and you were going to replace your roof. That was your plan. You were going to replace your roof. And now hurricane season comes, your roof blows off and the insurance won't pay for it. And you haven't refinanced your house yet. So because you were going to refinance your house to pull out some cash to fix that roof. Now, not only do you not have the cash to fix your roof, you don't even have a roof. You hear me? So your blessing is that, right? Your blessing would have been that you would have refinanced, yes, at a little bit of a higher interest rate, but you would have saved yourself the hassle because now you can't refinance until you fix the roof, right? So now you can't refinance and you don't have a roof. So now when we let people deter us from, my point is that when we let people deter us from our plan, you miss out on your blessing because your blessing would have been that your roof would have been replaced, your insurance would have been intact, and it probably, maybe because the roof would have been replaced, it wouldn't have blown off. It would have been more secure, potentially, right? And if it blew off, the insurance would pay for it because they would have been like, oh, it was a new roof. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and replace it. So this was the message that I had for you because I really wanted to bring home that even if it looks to someone else like what you're doing is not a blessing, it's your blessing. It's not theirs. Don't let them being uncomfortable because they're like, oh, well, we want to refinance too, but we don't want to do it without them. Maybe they don't need a new roof. They don't need that blessing, right? They don't need, their roof is new already. Do you know? You don't know. So they have no urgency to do what it is that you need to do. Because here's the thing, right? If you refinance your mortgage now at a higher interest rate, when the interest rate drops, if you want, next year you can refinance again at the lower interest rate. Right? Yeah, it's another step. It might cost you a little bit, but it's what you need to do. It's your path, your blessing. Don't let people take that away from you. Don't let people take that away from you. That's my message. That was my download for you for today. And I just want to pull an oracle card for you while I'm here. From the self-care oracle card, because I think that we're all in self-care mode right now. And, especially, going, so remember that. I don't know how many of you are going to, as you're in self-care mode, I don't know how many of you are going to family's house and you're detoxing maybe, and you're going to have to say no. And just remember, that's their discomfort, that's just, that's my thing. That's what's happening with me. But, but it's not even just that. It's so many things. Every time somebody, be skeptical. Every time somebody says, oh yeah, that's not, you shouldn't do that right now. Why not? How do they know you shouldn't do that right now? How do they know what's in your mind? How do they know what your plans are, Pisces? How do they know what your plans are? So, how do they know what your plans are? They have no idea what your plans are. Okay, what's that? It's always spirit. Why do spirit always throw the cards on the floor? Exercise came out. I'm going to pull another one. That's been coming up a lot. Love yourself enough to exercise and enjoy the glow of good health. Good health That's been a theme lately for you guys, Pisces. And my goodness, every day you should see me. Every day I'm in here. These cards. Change a bad habit. Change a bad habit. Kill a bad habit. Drinking, overeating, or anything else that's not serving you. That's what you need to do right now. Was I not just, maybe that's why I came and told you that I'm detoxing right now, because we need to be, in order to bring your blessings in also, and to think clearly, so that you can be able to just kind of like maybe ignore these people, when people with, and that's not that they don't mean well. They just don't see your steps. So in order to be able to see that, and to sit and to be aligned and to be in a comfortable place, you need to feed your body some exercise and eat good food. You need to eat. You need to kill a bad habit. I'm really going to be putting something together to help you, Pisces, the ones that want. Not saying that everybody wants, but eating well, over drinking, overeating. I've been there. I used to drink. You don't want to know. I used to drink a bottle of wine a day and smoke 2 packs of cigarettes. Yep, that was me. Couldn't do anything. I want one more message for you. And that's the thing, when people see you killing these bad habits, doing things differently, it triggers them, because they're not doing it. They're not ready yet. Right. And so it makes them uncomfortable. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe some of you are out there working out, doing this stuff. People are seeing your changes. They're seeing that you're not the same person you used to be. And they don't know what to do with that. They don't know what to do with your hot bod. When they offer you the liquor, you're just like, oh, no, I'm good. And they're like, what? Like, Pisces is not, you're not drinking today? Like, you were drinking a bottle of wine? No, I'm good. Can I have some water, please? Yeah. Yep. For real. For real, for real. I don't know why Spirit likes to throw these on the floor. I need to get a table to sit over here so that doesn't happen. Balance. Find balance, and juggling too many things at once. Find time for yourself. Balance. That's balance, justice, the balance Libra card. Um, Juggling too many things at once. Finding time for yourself. Yeah, that's all part of taking care of yourself, Pisces. And with this, I'm finding that that's the other thing. People see that you have balance coming into your life. That's what you're doing. You're exercising, you're changing bad habits, you're letting go of all these things, and then they see this balance, and that triggers them. It's not just that you're doing these things. They see the change. They see that you're finding time for yourself. You're doing all these things that are bringing so much balance into your life, and maybe it's triggering them to see how unbalanced their life is, and they can't figure out how to get there. Maybe they're know-it-all, right? They would love to come tell you how to put balance into your life, but you're already doing it. And heaven forbid they would come ask you, how are you doing that? And really want to know. You would share it with them. You would share it with them. And I don't know. See that green at the bottom here? Your heart chakra is aligned. Your heart chakra. You're right now, you're getting so balanced that you're ready to give, but you're only going to give to the people who want it. And you're not going to be taking, with that balance that you have, you will not be allowing people to come in and deter you. Even if you know that there's a lesson, right? That there's a lesson that you need to know to learn. And maybe, let's say they're right and it looks like you do something and you remember, oh, so and so said that this thing wouldn't work, right? And so it looks like you're starting to do it, and it looks like, oh, that thing wouldn't work. That doubt that they put in your mind might make you quit. But the thing is that if you keep going through the thing that's going wrong, you might find that you find the thing that makes it right at the end, that leads you to where you're supposed to be. It's divine guidance for you, not divine guidance for them. They have their own divine guidance. Okay, I'm going to do one more of these self-care oracle cards because I see you balance. I can't even make this up. What does that say? Give less ox. I can't say it. Give less ox. The less you give a ox, the happier you will be. Do you understand me? Isn't that what I came here to tell you? Don't listen to what people are telling you. Don't listen. When I say don't listen to what people are telling you, what I was saying before, don't listen to people's discomfort about what you're doing. Give less ox. This is your path. This is your path. This is you on your path, finding balance. And as you go through it, you standing firm in what you're doing is making people uncomfortable. But you gotta give less ox. That's a they problem, not a you problem. All right, Pisces, thank you for joining me today. Hit the subscribe button so you can be notified the next time I upload a video. And I will see you next time. I am sending you love and light.